quarterback, last one to overreact on, is going to be our boy with the New England Patriots, Mr. Mac Jones. Macaroni as mac and cheese. I'm sorry, mac and cheese is what Cam Newton calls Mac Jones, which is always cracks me up. He looked solid, 13 for 19, 87 yards, averaged about 4.6 yards, got sacked once. He looked, what everyone was excited about with him was that he looked comfortable. And I think that's a great word. That's the one thing I will give to him as well as Justin Fields is I felt like both of them looked comfortable. It looked like it wasn't moving too fast. Like the game was moving naturally. They were going naturally.
So it's that SEC play that probably helps a lot.
Yeah, it's true. And it's very true playing against SEC defenses who can
work close. Coaches, you really got to think like how much Nick Saban translates to Bill Belichick. It's honestly perfect.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost a direct because Belichick takes plays from Saban and Saban takes plays from Belichick. They've always done that. So yeah, I agree. Especially the way they prepare and the way they do things. But I'm cautious when it comes to a player like Mac Jones going to an offense with Josh McDaniels and a head coach, defensive mind like Bill Belichick, because we have history with New England Patriot quarterbacks. We have the Jimmy Garoppolo's who went out there and has a very nice winning record when he was with the Patriots. We have the Jacoby Brissetts who did really good as starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. We also have Matt Castle, who's ridiculously good the season that Brady had a torn ACL and then got that big check from the Kansas City Chiefs, and he forgot to play football at that point. There's a lot of players that go through that can run that system, especially if they're meticulous when it comes to studying and
you mean like preparation. Brady?
Tom Brady, I think, was a different breed of it, but I do believe that Brady helped with the mindset for those quarterbacks coming in to where they knew how to prepare 100%. And do things the right way. His influence was on them, but once he's gone, things are a little shaky. So I don't know what I can say about Mac now. I know everybody wants to say that he's going to start at the beginning of the season. I don't think he will, only because I don't know what the Patriots' offensive line looks like. And the one thing Cam Newton has that Mac Jones doesn't have is the ability to make something else happen when the play falls apart. Because Cam can still scoot. Ain't seen Mac scoot before.
No, you haven't. One thing I was proud about is after week one, actually made that. I guess after week one, it was kind of a hot take saying that Cam Newton's going to have more rushing touchdowns than passing touchdowns, and he heavily exceeded that. So that was one of the takes I pat myself on the back for last year. So I missed a lot. I did hit some on the nail on the head on some of them, so that was cool. But my whole thing here is if Mac Jones is marginally better than Cam Newton, or if he's noticeably better than Cam Newton, which is at least in the week one of preseason, he was noticeably better than Cam Newton. I think the Patriots season is higher with Mac Jones as quarterback. And personally, I don't really see a point to keeping Cam Newton as your starter, because as long as Cam Newton is your starter, your ceiling is lowered. Your floor might be raised, but that ceiling is lowered. And after the Patriots, they went all in the days 1, 2, even 3 of the NFL free agency period this year. They bought everyone off the market. Okay, they were looking like New York Yankees. They're just buying players in order to win championships, and that's what it looks like they're doing. So, if you're in the Patriots only right now, they need to get back into the playoffs, and the only way they can do that is with Mac Jones at the helm and throwing the football. And he has a good defense behind him too, in the half decent running game.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's a weird situation, though. I think out of all of the teams, this is probably the trickiest one.
Yeah, it is, and mainly because we don't know what the Patriots are going to look like this year. Now, you're right. The biggest thing with Belichick spending all that money, to me, made sense for them because this is the one year they didn't have a whole bunch of players that they was going to re-sign and burn their money on. So they needed to redo it. And at the same time, last season, half their best players all, opted out for the year. They wanted to play things more cautious. So I totally get that portion of it. Now that we've got a lot of people coming back, his defense is gonna look like a Belichick defense in comparison to years past, just like years past. I think that Mac's advantage over Cam is that he will make less mistakes. I think Cam's advantage over Mac is that he'll make more plays. So the question is which one is better for what the Patriots want to do in the future. But
that's the question. Answer the question then. Let's see what you think.
Hey, we hot taking it on.
I'm just asking the questions. So I'm not getting paid to answer them.
I ain't ready to. That's the thing about it. I'm not ready to answer it yet because I still got to study and decide. I'll have an answer for the preview show when I put together a preview show right before the season starts. So.